How is it going out there? There's my friend. Jesus is Lord. Hello, hello. Been a while, been a while. Got a peppermint in my mouth. So we'll wait a few minutes and see if anybody else comes in here. I forgot to send out my notice until just about 15 minutes ago, guys. I even forgot it was Monday, so we are very unprepared. I have been stressing all day, y'all. There's Havita. Hello, hello. Give it a minute or two, then we'll start up. Not a whole lot going on here. We've been checking on those babies. The mama is running from them now. I guess she's tired of all them babies sucking on her. They're starting to nibble on the grass and the hay and all. But that Leaston is doing good. You know, I waited. It didn't even weigh a pound. Little bitty thing. It's so funny. Hey, Peter. There's old man King. Howdy, howdy. If any of y'all know how to get in touch with Gene Homestead, if he doesn't come in here, I need his address. I thought I had it written down. I've looked and looked, and I only found one little something written down, but it was not his address. I think he won something before, but I must not have recorded his address for some reason when he did. And also Texas Raider. I think I've still got their package. Now, I've still got 2 other packages that I'm going to take with me when I go to Mid-America, the people that are going to be there. And as you can see, I've got y'all another email address because I think the other one is supposed to have an 024 at the end of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I've got to try to figure out what I did wrong because I didn't get any emails from anybody with the other one. There's another Rambling Peach too, or another Peach anyway. So I don't know. They may have got my emails. Anyway, guys. Checking things. I am ready to get things going. Oh, by the way, my granddaughter is halfway through her pregnancy now. We're so excited. She's just now getting a little hard knot on her stomach. It's so funny. You touch her little belly and it's just hard as a rock. Anyway, I asked her, did it seem like it'd been a long time yet? And she said, no, not really. I remember those last couple of months. I hated it, guys. I hated it. Anyway, but yeah, talking about those little baby goats, man, I went out there today. It has been raining here, guys, for the last 3 days. It started a little bit off and on late Friday. It rained off and on all day Saturday, off and on yesterday, almost all day, off and on today. And they just said we're going to get it again tomorrow. So I guess we're going to be hooking up camper and pulling it out and all that in the rain. I want to have everything packed and ready to go for me when I leave here on Saturday morning. Wednesday morning, going to Mid-America. So I wish I could move this thing down a little bit over here, but I don't think I can move it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to hide it for now. So if y'all can see it, but I've got a little bit of a rash here. I'm hoping it's not my lupus coming back. It's kind of like a lupus rash here. That'd be bad to get out that far out and have a lupus flare up. My luck, so my luck runs. But anyway, we're leaving out here Wednesday morning. I'm hoping to be on the road by 8 o'clock. That's my goal. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. It's hard for me to get going, but I'm going to try to have everything packed and in the camper hooked up, everything done, and be on the road by 8 o'clock. So that way, if I get up there, even if it takes me an hour or two longer than what the little thing says it's going to take. I am hoping to God that I can get down there and be there before dark so that I can get in my campsite. My campsite is going to be campsite 5, and supposedly it's real close to the pavilion. So I don't know. We'll see. We will have to see. So I don't know if it's right out in the open or what, but I guess it matters. I got air conditioning in my camper, and I'm dragging it again. So, but guys, I have got the cucumbers coming out, the yin yang. I planted cucumbers. I had already had 6 planted, or in little starters. Hey, Paul Honeyman. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, I wish. Hey, Wheat, how are you? Yep. Used to could get a beard rash, but now he's got that old scraggly, whatever thing growing now that's all over him. I don't like it. I liked it better when he kept it somewhat shorter, but it's his. He don't tell me how to wear my hair and whatever, so I don't tell him how to do his. Anyway, he likes it, I guess. Anyhow, so I already had 6 cucumbers, and then I planted the English cucumbers, and then I already had another type of cucumber that I got from Mary, and so I planted a few of those, and then I planted some moringa trees, whatever, and they're just like a straight up stick, basically, with a bunch of little branches right at the top, little tiny leaves. I don't know if any of you know what they are. Anyway, yes, Paul, they are. That's the one group that was for second ones that the third ones that I planted. So I've got like 4. Well, one of them had 4. But I had 3 seeds in each one of them. A couple of them had all 3 came up in. And it's just wild. So I don't know what kind of cucumbers we're going to have. And then we got some weird squash, but I couldn't even tell you what the name of them are. But I'm wanting to find some crookneck squash and have not found any seeds anywhere. And I saved some, but I'm losing my mind. I can't find a darn thing, y'all. It has been one of the most stressful days here at the house. I got this letter from Kraft, which is a stock that I had way back. Well, it wasn't even stock. I guess it was like a money that was put up for retirement way back when, 40 years ago or whatever, in the 80s. And anyhow, so they sent me a letter saying that I had to get it out or start receiving my couple of dollars a month, and it was very little a month. So I said, well, I guess I'll just get some crookneck squash. You don't know what crookneck squash are? They're good. They're a yellow squash that grows, and they'll get real big, but you don't want them to get big. They get tough. But they have a crook on the end of them, like a little G, kind of. That's what they look like. And they are really, really good. We love those kind. Yeah, kind of looks like a gourd. That's right. Small gourd, or like say a G, kind of a circly end, and it comes out with a crook on the end of it. To me, those are better than the straight neck squash. I don't know why. Probably not a whole lot difference in them, but they just taste better to us. And last year I put up tons of it, but we have ate all of it except for about maybe 3 or 4 packages of it. So this year I'm going to try to really can some squash here. And I've got a ton of tomatoes. I had 6 plants that I had planted already. And then I have another packet, and they're like the little, I call them Roma tomatoes, the little, not real small, but they're kind of oblong shaped. Anyway, so I'm hoping those come out good because I really like them. They have a good taste. And then we got some little tiny cherry tomatoes or whatever, because my husband likes those. He likes just to pop one in his mouth, all the time. He'll go by and just grab him a handful. So anyway, that's what we got going so far. And then I've got back last year, I don't know if I did a video on it or not. I cannot remember, guys. My brain is absolutely fried. But I did a video. Hey, Texas Raider. I did not get your email address. Please send it to me again, and send it to C.Y. Lang, L-A-N-G. Let me put this in here so that you guys will get it. Let me go back up and click it on here so you'll get it. Where is it? I put it out here, didn't I? Yeah, right there. Okay, get that, and yeah, because there's the moose too. Hey. Yeah, I've got theirs is going with me to Mid-America, guys. Like I say, I'm leaving out of there, and you know how that goes. Leaving out of there, hopefully at 8 o'clock Wednesday morning. So that's my plans anyhow. See what I'm missing. I get tickled. So yeah, we got tons of cucumbers. And anyway, so we are trying our best to get those going. And then we got some peppers, and I don't know if they're hot peppers or anything. I've not looked them up. They are some that Jennifer Ocean sent me. It was not something that was on my list. It was just something she sent. So I said, well, we'll try these out, and hopefully they'll be good peppers. I've got to get me some Calhoun or, you know, some real good peppers that I can actually dry, string them up and dry them, and then put them in, you know, a container or something and make my red pepper flakes out of them. And so we're excited about that. And I've got tons of walking onions coming out the top. So I've been pulling them off and starting to dry them. Email address is Tax Diver. Okay, Taxi Diver. Okay. All right. Oh, anyway, so we are trying our best to try to get everything organized here, you know, so I can get out of here and be done with it. Have everything out in the camper and ready to go. I'm taking about 18 packs of eggs, you know, to help out with the breakfasts that they're going to serve, and probably stop and get some bacon or some sausage or bacon or something also. Can I get my package today? Thank you. Oh, you got your package. Okay, cool. I'm glad you did. Did you like it? Jennifer's is on the way. Man, it took me forever. I went to UPS. They wanted $29 to send that. I said, holy cow. So I sent it from the regular postal service for like $12.99 or something like that. And thank you so much for the $10 gift to help with the shipping. I sure do appreciate that. First time I ever got one. In fact, it didn't show up until after we had ended the live last week, but it just shocked me. I was so surprised, and it just made me feel so good that you sent it. And I meant to send you a one of my stickers, so I will try to get one of those to you in the mail sooner or later, in the next whenever. You know how that goes. And oh yeah. Anyway, so I mean, I am just in awe, I guess, that I tried to actually, y'all, I tried to send these folks a message. I went and copied their email that's on their thing. It would not accept it. It kept saying that it didn't exist or whatever. So I just said, the heck with that. I'll see them sooner or later. I'll see them on somebody else's and send them a message. Ridge Life may not be at Mid-America this year. His house is getting built at the factory, and he's going to be there to video some of it. I don't blame him. You know, I sure don't blame him. No worries, Chris. Pray for your fur baby is still recovering well. Hey, Des, how are you, hon? But yeah, we are trying to get things rolling around here. Everybody's sending everybody hellos, trying to keep everything checked here, guys. keep up with it. Her favorite snowflake. Okay. So anyway, Yours Texas Raider was one of those that I did not have any kind of an address on. And like I say, Pettit Jean Homestead too, I've got a piece of his address, but didn't write it all down for some ding dong reason. I just was making notes, I guess, and was going to come back and write it down and just forgot to go back and do it. But this is what I've been doing all day today. We got this paper in the mail saying that I had to do something with this money. So it's not that much money. So I just said, well, we'll just get it all out. Well, then it said that I had to have notarized paperwork. I'm going, what? So anyway, because I'm married and it was in my former name. So anyway, and then I had to show them something that had my new name on it with the same Social Security number. I cannot find my Social Security card. You can't go to the Social Security office and get anything nowadays because, you used to could drive over there, go in, see it, you take a number and you see it. And anyway, they quit taking numbers after a certain time and they got you out of there, first come, first serve, whatever. They don't do that anymore. You got to go up there, make it. You don't even get to go into the place. You have to call up there or go over there, make an appointment on your phone with this little kiosk thing. Can't get an appointment anytime before June. This paperwork has to go back by the 14th of this month, which is Thursday. So that ain't going to happen, guys. Oh, you're going to be at Mid-America too? Okay, I will, because I'm already got 2 more packages that I'm bringing to Mid-America. So thank you. It'll be good to see you guys. I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, we've been rambling around here trying to find something. Finally went back to our taxes and found a paper that had both of our Social Security, but my Social Security number on it. And then went back and got papers from back in the 80s that had the other name on it. Both of them have the same Social Security number. So I'm sad, I guess. So I got to send all that stuff in tomorrow, but I have to have papers notarized of anything that I make a copy of. So, and then they have to get your husband's consent to get your money out. Now, does that make any sense to y'all? My money, I worked. I mean, I can understand, I guess, but holy cow, it's just, if it was $1 million, I could see it, but it ain't, y'all. I wish it was. It would be worth all this trouble if it was $1 million. I wouldn't feel bad at all about it. Anyway, hey Sheila, how are you, dear? Anyway, so it's just one thing after another to make old folks with minute brains, made my brain swell. I was just stressed to the max today. I said, oh, my body, I just said, I don't need the darn money. I don't want it. It ain't worth it. I'm not starving. I did everything I could think of, and I said, heck with this. So anyhow, that was the end of we finally got the paperwork. Joey came in and finally helped me. He said, well, I told him, I said, your Social Security number used to be on all your paperwork that you got from, but then they started having all these people swindling and getting your Social Security number. So then they changed everything. Nothing has it on there. It just has the last 4 digits. Well, if it even had the last 4 digits, that would work. But, oh, no. They don't even have that on them now. So I'm going, holy cow. If devil could dance in empty pockets, he would have a ball. Isn't that the truth? That's about the way I felt today. I just felt, well, them few little dollars that they want to send me ain't enough for me to get this stressed out on. So that may be why I'm breaking out here with a rash. I don't know. Sheila says, good to hear about you. I'm good. How are you, Carol? Leaving Thursday for Florida. Okay, I'm leaving Wednesday for Oklahoma, girl. So we may pass in passing. I'm going to come down through Birmingham or go up through Birmingham and go over. Hopefully, we won't run out of gas this time. The last time I come back from Mid-America, it wasn't Mid-America, from Jan's thing, I did not do well. It was coming on that long stretch of nowhere. I mean, there was absolutely nothing. And I kept waiting. I knew I was low on gas, and I kept trying to find a gas station. I went up and down this highway looking for gas stations. I got off at a couple of exits and went and rode like 5 miles up either way. Couldn't find one. Got back on there thinking, yeah, I'll be there. She's going through Nashville and Atlanta. Okay, all right, Nashville. Well, you must be going to 40 or something. Trying to think of how you would go. Yeah, 40, I guess. Anyway, so I am just stressed to the max. Did not even get out here 75. Okay. Well, I know you'll go 75 down from Nashville or from Atlanta anyway, out of Atlanta and all. So I'm just thinking from your house over that way, which way will you come out? Oh, yeah. 40. Wish you were 40 again. Heck, me too. That was 26 years ago. But that's the way it goes. That's why, that's why I'm a little dingy, because, all them chemicals that I work with, the Duracell's probably done fried everything in me. My brain ain't firing on all the cylinders, so the spark plugs ain't hitting or something. You know how that goes. But anyway, well, I'm telling you what, this videoing, it's getting rougher and rougher. I told Joey, I said, it's getting to be more of a commitment than I want it to be. Trying to get out there and do stuff. But I'm going to be putting one out about my elderberries, cutting the elderberries, how I separate them from the things, and how I shake them off and dry them and all that. But that's coming in a future video, guys, because elderberries are just now starting to put out the little berries. Still, a lot of them are still in bloom right now. So I am hoping to get a lot of those and be able to do that. Did a little bit last year and then did not end up having enough to even start a video. I'd have had to add 1 million little stops in it, with something off the wall to have enough to even make a 8-minute video, guys. That's a little bit of video, and I did. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway. So I just said, to heck with it. We'll do it again next year. I do. I wish I could. I wish I could spin my mind back to the 80s. The 70s, late 70s and early 80s, because I was on top of it, guys, back then. I could remember a joke forever. I could hear one here, and I could tell you 6 months later that same joke. I cannot remember a joke for nothing now. I mean, if you tell me somebody's name, and I can sit here and think about it and say, okay. And then by the time I get home, I've lost that name. It's just gone. I mean, it just does not record anymore. My brain is not a recorder. It has got on erase or something. Somebody pushed the wrong button. But anyway, so I've got to try to get myself back on track. And but anyhow, today, after I got all that done, I have done absolutely nothing but go out and feed the little critters. I had to go out in the rain and look for the little lambs, the little baby goats, because Joey says, well, I've seen 3 out there, but I ain't seen the other one. I ain't seen that little one today. So I had to go out and Paul says in the early 80s, he had just joined the workforce before going in the Army. Well, in the 80s, I'd done been working like, 7 years probably anyway, because I started work when I was 14, actually at a real job, and they didn't find out I was 14 until about a month and a half before I turned 15. And they made me go home and stay home until I was 15 because they said it was illegal to hire somebody. Well, they didn't ask me, and I didn't fill out an application. They just asked my mom, would I work? And she said, yeah, I'll ask her. And we didn't even think about the age. Nobody told me you had to be that age to work. So heck, I didn't work 8 months or whatever before they figured out I wasn't supposed to be working. Finished school in 81. I graduated in the 11th grade. And I graduated in 76, 77 school year. So it's actually 77 when I graduated. So that'll tell you anything. And I'd been working since I was 14 then. So that was 3 years. So I'd been working since 73. Anyway. I'm old. In the 80s, he was living in Israel and working as a firefighter in Israel. So where do you live at now? You live in Texas, right? So what were you doing in Israel? Is that something that I need to know, or you don't care to tell? Or were you just traveling the world and enjoying your life? Wow, don't need to know how young I was in 73. Oh, God, y'all are making me feel old. Anyhow, but had some good years there. Had some good years. I deserved every one of them, but had some rough years there too, guys. Had some rough years there too. Anyhow, we get over that top. We won't get on that subject again. But we've been rolling around here. Graduated in 81 and 73. Yeah, you were a junior high, probably, if that. Elementary school. Let me get this thing off of my face here. We can go up and get rid of it now. That's it's wrote down. I lost it. Go back up to the top here. Come on, peoples. There it is. We're going to hide it. Now we're going to come back down to the bottom. Brain dead, guys. I'm brain dead. So, yeah. Let's see. It says I can share my referral link. I guess this link up here at the top, guys. Is that's what's called a referral link? The link to this thing here. Anyway, let's see. It's not a CB radio show. Yep. Anyway, there's Legends Gaming. Hey, Legends. Finally catching. Sorry, can't stay. Well, that's okay. At least you come by. Leave me that thumbs up if you will. Like and subscribe to Legends. Okay, guys. Legends has already got over that 100. He's doing good. He's getting there. I remember the days when I used to look at mine every single day and just be in shock that anybody would want to look at me or the stuff that I do around this house. And still I'm in shock, especially since I don't know what the heck I'm doing. That's a convoy. Yeah. Anyway. Texas Raider, you didn't answer. I guess it was none of my business, huh? Well, anyway, but I went out there and checked on the little babies, and all of them was there. The mama was up on top of the hay bale, the round thing. They're not big enough. One of them can jump up there. One of them is the biggest one that she had is able to jump up there now, but the other three aren't. So she was up there hiding from them so that they couldn't risk drag her down nursing on her, because she got her head hung in the fence the other day and I laughed till I cried. I went around there to get her out and it was raining. Goats do not like to get wet, guys. They are not wet weather creatures. She was stuck. It was raining and them little babies were tag teaming her. There were two and them two would get knocked off and the other two would grab her. She couldn't do nothing about it but move back and forth because her head was stuck. So I finally had to, you worked at the airport there. Cool. Yeah. Great deal. Okay. But, so I finally got her out of the fence. That is a job, guys. Speaking of fences, I'm going to try to work on this lower paddock. You guys saw the video of me trying to get all the overgrowth that was at the bottom of it. Well, I've worked on that a lot, and I'm going to try to get new fencing up there so that I can move the goat or the sheep down there in that paddock, because we're having to bush hog it. The grass down there is super, super thick. And so we need to put some critters down there to let them... Yeah, Paul says you couldn't find a closer airport. Really? You must have been in the military and met some chick over there that you just couldn't leave or something. Anyway, let me get out of here. But we are trying our best to try to get that paddock going. I thought about just stringing it with electric, but my luck, the power would go off and these goats would eat everything here. They love to eat my rose bushes, and I do not like them to eat my rose bushes. There's Reverend Joe Jacobson. He had his item arrive in the mail today. Well, good. I hope you enjoyed it. Reverend Joe. Cool. But like I say, we just rolling around here trying to get things done. I'm not going to buy we went and looked at it, and it is 4x4 square. So I'm hoping the 4-inch squares that the goats will not be able to get out of, or the sheep or whatever I put in there. If there's little as this little teeny tiny thing out here that he could still get out of it, guys. He is still little. I weighed him about 3 days in with my kitchen scale that shows grams and pounds and all that. He did not even weigh 1 pound. I think he was like, this was 3 days in, he was like 15 point something ounces. He was not even quite a pound. I just absolutely could not believe it. Cool. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you got it. Maybe you can put it up and enjoy it for a while and pass it on to somebody else, because it's hung around here for a while and I got it. I won it and I thought it was really pretty, but there's just nowhere here to display anything without it getting cobwebs, because I don't like to clean or dust collecting on it. So I said, to heck with this. I left it. I put it in a bag after I showed it off, and then I darn get it away. Let's see. The overseas money was excellent, and I was a young 21-year-old man, and I did fly to London once. Me too. Watched the changing of the guard. That was cool and interesting. Didn't get bit by any horses. I see all these folks out there getting bit and snorted, and the horses acting up, and most of the time they ought to act up, guys. Enjoyed it over there. It's a beautiful place. I was just shocked at how small y'all's cars are, most of them. And you have absolutely no parking. I mean, they are packed in there like little sardines, and there's hardly anything. I mean, you're right there on the buildings. You know, here we have big wide sidewalks, and then you have parking, and, you know, it's 20 or 30 foot before you get to a building, at least, you know. Over there, man, you're lucky if you got 10 foot from where the parking starts over to where a building is. That was what surprised me the most. And I loved all the old cobblestone or old brick roads that you guys had still out there, especially around the train stations and all that. That was just so cool. Let's see. Totally understand that. Not your favorite English city. Traffic is a nightmare. You're not kidding. Did I tell you all about what happened to my daughter and I when we went to Italy? We put ourselves in a it was like a bed and breakfast. That's what it was listed as. Well, hey Amy, how are you? I thought about you the other day, but it was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I said, I know darn good well she ain't gonna answer the phone. Y'all, Amy sleeps all day and stays up all night, unless she's got somewhere to go. I don't understand it. Cobblestone roads are a rarity now. Oh, really? No, they're not good for your suspension, boy. They are rough, but they sure were pretty. You know, we hardly ever have anything like that. When I was in Canada, they had, in the old part of old Montreal, they had the old cobblestone streets too. And I thought that was cool when I was there. Of course, I was in my 20s then, you know. I was probably 22, 23 years old. But, you know, by the time I went to Italy, I was probably 40. Well, no, it was 2015. So I was 55, 56. So I just felt a whole lot more lively then, I guess. Seemed like I was younger than I am. But they got us a room, and then they said, you know, leave your key. We're going to clean the room, blah, blah, blah. We're going to put the key right here. Well, that didn't work. That did not work at all. let's see, went to Paris, met my girlfriend's father and family, ate at the Eiffel Tower. Didn't plan on going back to Paris. Due to the traffic and all. I know that's right. Yeah, yeah. I understand that. Yeah, we ate also there. But anyway, get back to my story. Yeah, when we came in that night, we didn't have a key. So we went up to the room thinking, well, maybe they just left the key in the room or left the room unlocked. Oh no, somebody else was in our room. They had rented it to somebody else. All our stuff was still in the room. We were freaking out. You know, Americans, you're used to folks here in America steal your crap. You can't leave anything laying around, you know. So Amy, honey, I have no clue. I am leaving Wednesday going to Oklahoma. And then after that, girl, I don't have a clue. We need to get together, though. That would be fun. I'd like to come up there and do some rambling around. So maybe we could get together and ramble around a little bit. Need to do some video on somewhere besides right here at my house. Tired of it. Need to ramble around. Need to go camping and get out of here. Get away from home. You know how that goes. But anyhow, oh, and tell Bob I said hey. But I did this, and I forgot to take the label off here and look. It burned the wooden label on the bottom. It burned it to the bottom of the cup. What can I say? Because you have to bake it once you put that on there. But anyhow, guys, we finally got our stuff. We ended up in a different room for the night, got our stuff, moved down there. And nobody, the poor little people, I know they thought we were nuts. We couldn't talk to them. They couldn't talk to us. None of us could speak a word of their language. They couldn't speak a word of ours. So it was really a trip. And they were a very old couple. So I'm sure they were as confused as we were. Probably when they got the room and it had other people's stuff in it. Anyway. Let's see. When I was in Paris, there at the Eiffel Tower and all, I did some floating, or no, we did a little riverboat cruise there. And I took a picture back off of that cruise of the Eiffel Tower and everything was lit up. And boy, that is a beautiful picture. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Javita. Yeah, that was just a trial and error. It's the markers or the painting things that you can paint on already ceramic, like plates or whatever. And then you have to bake them in the oven at high temperature for so long, you know. And, you know, me, it was just one of those. I said, I'm going to try this and see if it'll even work. And it does work. So far, I've washed this cup about 4 times. And so far, it's not even attempted to come off. So I guess it works better than I thought it would. I said, this crap won't last. You know how I am. I'm a skeptic at times. Paul, you crack me up, I swear. I just love your sense of humor. But yeah, so that was a cool picture, and I'm going to have to get it and maybe make it as one of my beginnings or something so you guys can see it, flashback or throwback Thursday or something where y'all can see it on my page. It's a really good picture, guys. Oh, the little baby is going to be a boy. I guess I told y'all that, my grandson. It's going to be a boy. They've got a name picked out already. Yeah, I'm not going to try to wash it with wire wool. That's right, because it'll probably come off then, that's for sure. But just normal wear and tear washing, you know, with a scrunchie or just a regular sponge or washcloth or whatever, it's not doing anything. I thought Paul Honeyman was in burn mood. Uh-oh. Thought about starting a store, merch store. Well, I thought about it, but I mean, who the heck wants to buy my stuff? You know, I'm not known well enough for that. But you know, hey, there's Drops. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you in here. checked out some of your videos. I got some more to watch. You got some interesting stuff there. I need to figure out how to do better editing than what I do, guys. But you know how that goes. Anyway, I'm real lucky to even, I'm real lucky at times to remember how to turn the darn computer on. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Let's see. And but getting back to the garden, guys. But I got some seeds, and I thought I did a video, but I may not have. It was this huge thing, and it was about 18 inches long and about, I'd say 6 or 8 inches around. It was a big thing, and it's a cucumber. I mean, it's a squash pumpkin mixture. I don't even know what it's called, but anyway, I have 4,000. I'm working on 4,000. I don't even look to see what I've got now. I got like 3,000 and something, which was shocking. Let's see what it says. 3,699. Shocked me wild, guys. Took me forever to get that last 100 to get to 2,000, and then it went crazy. Losing my mind here, losing my mind. Just needed that burst or something. Them little baby goats got me up there, guys. They helped out a lot. I can't sit still. This old hard chair is about to kill me. My old bony butt. But I've got apricots that are about big as not quite as big as a golf ball, but pretty doggone close. I've got some nice plums, not a whole lot, you know, because I trim mine. Kittens. Anyway, guys, so I am going to try my best to get those seeds to grow, and they are supposed to grow and be, you know, put out quite a bit of fruit or vegetable, whatever. I don't know what a pumpkin, I guess a pumpkin is a vegetable, guys. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that, to just see if they make it. I've got one has come up. Kavita says, with this upcoming meetup, I should have my 4,000. That would be nice. I would love it, guys. I really would love it. Pumpkin is a squash. Yeah, it's a squash, but what I mean is, I guess squash is a vegetable. So yeah, pumpkin's a vegetable. Okay. Didn't think about that, guys. You know, it takes me. I'm a little slow. I'll get it. Texas Raider says he's got to go. Good night. God bless. Going to get off here, get a few things done. Stay safe, everyone. Well, good night, Chris. Thank you for popping in. Leave me that thumbs up out of the when you leave. If you get a chance, play my videos. Try to get some out there and get me going. Again, share out anything. If it's something you like, share it for me. But don't plant a pumpkin with a 3-sister planting. I know that's right. Yep. They smother it out with those huge leaves, I would imagine. I know it's about like squash. You just about have to whack some of the squash leaves off to get your squash to get a little bit of a light down there to them. Anyway. But I'm looking forward to this thing. We're going to see how it comes out. See if it... Good night, Jesus Lord. Thank you, honey, for coming in. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of y'all that come in and watch my videos, guys. I really do. Peaceful Death says, take care, everyone. Okay. Sounds like everybody's leaving me tonight. 15 minutes early, but that's okay. Thank y'all for coming in. Oh, Des, if you haven't left yet, hon, we do need to get up and figure out a place that we can do a meetup. That would be cool to get us on this people down in this area, an area that we could come to, even if it was just for the day, or something. That would be really cool, I think. Let's see. My peppermint's rolling around in my mouth. But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if this plant actually survives and thrives. If it does, I'll have more seed. I think that is something that other people would like to try because it's not something that's common around here. I had never seen it before. So Reverend Jacobson says he picked a good time to drop in. Yeah, because everybody else is dropping out. I'd be talking to nobody if it wasn't for you and Jovita. Doggone. Few folks still in here, thank goodness. But I am going to try to get all this paperwork that I've been whining about on this whole thing filled out and get everything in the mail because it has to be out by the 14th or postmarked by the 15th. And since I'm leaving on the 13th, I'm going to try to get that done tomorrow. So I guess I'll go to the bank to find a notary. You know, they used to have a notary on every darn corner, but you just don't anymore here, or not where I live anyway. So, because the paperwork that Joey has to fill out saying it's okay for me to get my own money has to be notarized. His signature on that has to be notarized. Anyway, that's just the way it goes, guys. The way it goes in my life anyway. In the la la land. But bedtime for old farts. I know that's right. I was up really late last night, guys. We had some bad storms come through. Joey ended up having to go over to his mom's and babysit her dog. You know, she passed away, but the poor old dog's still around. And it just does not do well anywhere else. So when the weather is bad, they, him or his brother, one goes and sits with the dog at night. Or anytime there's a bad storm, because she's really scared. She tore the whole back door down. The whole had one of those fancy screen doors with all the wooden crap in it. She tore that thing slap off. They had to put a piece of plywood in there. Trying to get in the house during a thunderstorm. It disappeared for like 3 days. So since then, they've spent time over there. So anyway, he was over there. And then my little dog's scared. Casper is scared of bad weather too. When it starts thundering, he gets all upset and starts crying. So I'm sitting in the recliner in here with the crazy little dogs. Peaceful Death says she is blocked on Drop's channel. Huh. Well, Dad, what did you do? You dang girl. Such a bad girl. Let's see. But Paul, you have, if you're still here, have a good night, a safe next week. We'll be talking to y'all again on my way home or while I'm over yonder at the meetup, but that sounds like fun. Well, we got about 10 more minutes and not doing very well at getting any more out of me on this live. So I'm going to give y'all my spiel about being nice to people. We don't know what's going on in their lives, and we truly don't. There is so much hate and just evil in our country now. Well, I guess in the world. It's evil in the world. And, you know, I really think taking religion, whatever religion you believe in, away from people in this country has really made a major difference. And taking too much control over parenting too. I believe the government has their hand in too many dips, but we won't get on that subject either. So guys, let's try our best to take care of ourselves and our families, be nice to people that we don't know, because we do not know what they're going through, what their lives are like, and you know, what's going on. We just do not know. And so we are going to be getting out of here. I'm going to leave a few minutes early, guys, because it's been one heck of a week, guys. One heck of a week. So hopefully I will be on the road, and I will probably talk to y'all sometime or another in the first few days. Wait, says she's about to check out too. Charlie's ready to go outside. Well, bye, Charlie. Drops blocked. Can't believe that, everybody says. Well, have a good night, Peter. Have a good night for everyone in here. We will see y'all all next week. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for supporting my channel. Love you guys. We're out of here. Toodaloo.